The Academy programs of Plano offer additional choices for elementary and high school students. At Huffman Elementary International Baccalaureate Primary Years Program, Plano ISD educators empower students to reach their full potential, preparing graduates to succeed in a competitive and global society.
Our students are really learning and are being enriched in other languages and other cultures and other beliefs. They're seeing it not just in their shoes, but in the shoes of others. So we start with themselves, maybe just their identity, but we take it to a more global perspective and a more global standpoint. It's really wonderful to see their perspective broaden the further that we dive into each piece of curriculum.
One of my favorite things I learned this year is sharing the planet and division and multiplication.
As a teacher in an IB program, I get to write my own curriculum. Me and my team, we work together to write the curriculum. So transdisciplinary learning means everything is connected. So when we're learning about the desert and science, we're also learning about how people live in the desert from a social studies standpoint. We're reading about it in language arts and reading and writing about it. In math even, we're measuring rainfall in the desert and using those numbers for addition and subtraction. So everything is connected and there's no clear divide. Jake is definitely transdisciplinary. A bearded dragon is a desert animal, so we had him out the other day and the kids were pointing to his spikes and talking about how that protects him from predators in the desert. And then when we were doing our weight unit in math, we measured him on a scale.
One of the things that we really focus on is some project-based learning where students are really being creative and inquirers, and it's really cool to see them communicate about the things that they've created and express those ideas to their friends.
The projects that we do, they're like really fun. Try to teach us something, but in a fun way. Miss Anthony's fun, creative, and she does cool things.
SocialEmotional learning is just educating the whole child in their social skills, their emotional skills, and being able to self-regulate their emotions. Red is you're really angry, you're not on your best. And when we're on green, we do our best learning. We really focus on restorative questions. So we ask kids, okay, what are you gonna do to make it right? How are we gonna make a difference? Seeing 5- and 6-year-olds have that ability to recognize emotions of different levels around them. It's really cool.
I breathe a lot. Even if I try gymnastic in front of a lot of people, I just try it.
So the learner profile traits are what we always go back to for our students daily. We focus on one in particular every month. They know this language, they know what a communicator is, what it means to be reflective, and they're able to pull it into everything that they do.
It's many profiles that we as IB scholars demonstrate. I think I've grown in communicating better with other students and teachers.
It's very student-driven. It's about what the kids can do to explore each unit, how they can get involved into the curriculums. They're going to be interacting with their learning. I think that's one of the biggest things that I like about the PYP is that this school, this classroom, this whole Huffman environment is theirs also.
It just gives us this huge creative ability to do what we know is best for our kids.
We rewrote our entire curriculum basically. We took all of the TEKs, we rearranged everything to fit into the IB units that we have. We have 6 of them, so we're still covering all the same information that other schools are covering. We're just doing it in a different way.
They come home talking about being a risk taker and showing kindness and being caring and being principled. These are really big words, but they use it on a daily basis in everyday life. My son will come home and he'll not want to do something or be afraid of something, and he'll be like, I'm just going to be a risk taker and I'm going to do it. I've seen a lot of growth with his character and maturity in that way. I love the foreign language aspect of it. I love that the kids are learning Mandarin and learning about the culture and the language.
游戏场，游戏场，游戏场。谢谢。我们唱歌，我们唱歌。图书馆。对了，好棒，谢谢卡西尔。
Ni hao, it means hi. Wo means Daniel Gonzalez. I enjoy learning a new language because I know that can help me in my future. I can communicate with other people.
I remember my kindergartner coming home and talking to me about how lucky he was to have water running in his house. Learning about what he was shown at school about the world and how there's some countries where they aren't able to get water in their home. He didn't know what a well looked like, and I think it's so important for our children to have that exposure and know that there's a bigger world out there.
The IB curriculum, it's all about action, to take what they've learned and share that knowledge with those around them.
This is your creativity. And what Cooper chooses to do might not be the same thing as Wiley. I'm letting you be that creative person. This is your job. This is your summative. This is your action you are choosing to take here at Huffman.
I'm very happy with the program. I have been really excited to see the transition and how much the school has grown.
I have so much faith in this program and what it does for the kids.
I love teaching at an IB school. I get to see my students push themselves even more than I have in the past. I see a desire for learning that is unmatched anywhere else.
This is a great school and it's a great opportunity. I got here last year and I was never in an IB school, but now that I know what it is, I really enjoy it. And I know that if you put your child in this school, they'll enjoy it as well.